Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming back. I know you just spent 2 hours with me with Nate. You're probably sick of looking at me at this point, but that's okay because we have Andrew with us, who is
Hey
the
everyone.
creator of Andro+Niki Skincare, and that y'all hear me talk about all the time. He's the founder and CEO of Andro+Niki, and I'm very blessed to have become his friend. And
Absolutely.
he created that fantastic intro video that y'all see that he made, which is so above my abilities of what I can do. I'm stuck with Canva and what they can give me, and I can't make it do what I want it to do, so I give up usually after a while. I think that's when we had the conversation that I had spent like a whole afternoon trying to do something, and I couldn't do what was in my head. And you were like, well, send me what you got and let me look at it. And that intro was what I got back. So,
But way back in my career, I was in media, so it helps a little bit of knowledge there.
yeah,
So
it's just, I just
that's
don't know
good.
how to do it. So, I may not have the proper software or whatnot to even do something like that. I don't know. I, I'm, I'm very kindergarten level,
No
maybe
problem. I'm
first
happy
grade,
to teach you one day. No problem. It's easy.
but everybody loves it. So I get compliments on it every time it plays. Somebody in the mix is like, "Oh, I love that intro." I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty special." And then I'm like, "He did one for Marina too. Go check hers out." So I like the feathers at the end. That's really cool. And but anyway, so Andrew is here. He finally got a few minutes to spare for us to talk about his company and how it got started. What led
Well,
him to make
yeah,
the
thank
decisions he's
yeah.
made. Um, so I'll let you start with that, and I'm going to pull up a picture or two so people can see it.
No,
And
no problem. Thank you, Sherry. Look, thanks for having me on again. It's always a pleasure. And the connection I feel with this community is enormous. Most people don't know we've only been around for a year, but it really all started through this community. This community has been extraordinary, beyond what I've ever could possibly have imagined. And I know that sometimes you and Mel and Linda might get a few emails every now and then saying, why do you keep talking about Andro+Niki Skincare? We just want to hear predictions of what's going on. Um, and I know there's a few people sort of feeling that way. But I think that the big thing that most people don't know is in the build up to getting launched, we put an enormous amount of intention into the products and very, very deliberate intention. By intention, I mean really tuning into what you would call spirit or a higher source to really understand what was going to be the best potential for the products, for the brand, for the name. We Most people don't know that we used our sort of intellect as much as we used our intuition on this. And so to be connected back to this community is for me the universe just saying, Andrew, this is the foundation of what you've got. This is the foundation of everything that you've built in the 4 years to launch before launching. And never forget your roots. And
yeah,
and that's been extraordinary. I mean, like I said, it's been a year. It's been a year of learnings and challenges and opportunities, but it's been a year of extraordinary connections with you, with Mel, with Linda, with others, but more specifically and more importantly, even the viewers that you reach out to every week um, are the most extraordinary people on the face of the earth. And that's really that's really it for me. And I think if I had done this any other way, or if I didn't have the privilege to connect into this community the way I have, there's, the storybook would be very, very, very different. Very different.
Yeah.
The honesty, the grace, the sort of connection that people want to have because they feel this sort of kindred energy amongst us all in this community, is, I think, what connects us all together. But it also means that in case, in the event that something doesn't quite go right, people are far more forgiving than, say, other communities out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is a privilege that I feel a part of, a real privilege, and a real connection. I mean, it's really, really quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. So, for all those people that are wondering why, yes, I do have a connection back to Mel, for example. Back in 2012, he did a reading for me that is still mind-blowing for me to this very day.
How accurate he is.
Yeah. I mean, there were some things at the time I heard them, I listened to them, I paid attention, and I couldn't fathom where or how that could possibly even happen. And then they transpired.
Yeah.
And still, from that reading in 2012 from Mel, it is still unfolding for me.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I have a huge belief in the universe and a bigger source and spirit and the whole lot. Yes, I do have that as a foundation of my beliefs. Absolutely, I do. But I think when there is a connection with someone who is channeling all of that and is able to be like a lighthouse to sort of guide us through life, it doesn't matter whether they're a psychic or whether they're a friend who's got your best interests or whatever it might be. These are the extraordinary people that come into our paths in our lives, who change our paths and can change our destiny forever. And Mel, for me, is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
So
that's how I met
yeah.
you, was through Mel. And
Right.
when he said, well, would you like to try this? A friend of mine started a company. I'm like, yeah, I'll try anything. I'm a guinea pig. Send it on. So, and it was, like 2 weeks after I started using it that I popped on the show with him and Arthur, and I was like flipping out about it because dark spots were like visibly going away, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Like we've talked about before, I've spent a fortune on skincare. Not that I've had a lot of skin problems other than wanting a facelift here and a tuck there, get rid of the wrinkles. But it's kind of hereditary, the big brown dark spots you get on your face. My mother had them, my grandmother had them, my great grandmother had them, my aunties had them. And it was like, it, it seemed like every few months I was having to use more and more makeup to try to cover them up. And it was getting to where it didn't help.
Right.
And then lo and behold, Mel was like, hey, I got a friend who just started a skincare company. Would you like to try it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Now, I didn't know anything about what it was or how it was. And I just went with the daytime serum and the nighttime serum and the anti-aging serum, which is liquid gold in my mind. I love that stuff. And within like 2 weeks, I got visible results, and I couldn't shut up about it. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. And it wasn't, it didn't make my skin feel greasy when I used it.
Right.
It didn't cause any kind of burning sensations, which I've gotten from other products in the past.
Yes.
The vitamin C toner that y'all offer is fantastic. It's the first toner I've ever used that actually makes your skin feel refreshed and it doesn't burn.
Right.
And so that was a new concept for me. I mean, I'll be 65 in like a month and a half. So it's like I'm starting to get to that age where you start really worrying about how many wrinkles show up and do I tuck and crazy stuff like that. I've had people say, "Well, do Botox." I'm like, I'm not shooting that stuff in my face. I don't like needles anyway, much less it's no. It's like I'll live with the wrinkles. Thank you very kindly. But we have wonderful filters on StreamYard and stuff where it kind of helps take them out. You can't see them as much.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
So that's a good thing. So it's only when y'all see something from my phone, there's no filter there. So you get all the wrinkles with me. I'm at the age where it's like, you know what? I've earned every damn wrinkle on my face, so I'm not going to try to
Absolutely.
hide it. And
Absolutely.
that is the roadmap of my life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I started talking about it, and then you emailed me, and we started talking, and next thing I know, we're texting each other on the phone or calling each other, and I'm like, I can't believe I've actually become friends with this man. And I was so
The
excited
privilege is
about
mine,
it.
right? The privilege is mine. The
And
privilege is mine.
well, I feel like it's mine too. And it's just I know I get people that gripe about it all the time. Why you talk about it, blah blah blah. But anytime I see something that works really good, or I have a friend that makes their own jewelry or something, they have an Etsy shop, I'm going to mention it. I'm going to put a link in the description box for it, so people can go and check it out. I mean, I'm wearing earrings from one of my members who has an Etsy shop, and she makes her handmade jewelry, and she uses real stones, real gold and silver. She doesn't use the cheap plastic stuff. And so I'm like, I have several of her pieces now, and I wear them whenever I can. And I make a point of pointing it out to people that, hey, this works really good. Or she makes really pretty stuff. And
Those earrings are beautiful, by the way. They're beautiful.
thank you. She
Absolutely
told me what
beautiful.
they are. She keeps telling me what the stone is that I keep forgetting. I've got it written down somewhere. It's one of those stones. It's like a 10-mile long word. I'm like,
Right, right,
I don't know
right,
what it
right,
is.
right. Yeah.
I look at it and my tongue doesn't want to wrap around it. It's like, I can't say that. Those letters don't go together. It's like when I deal with some of my students or some of my faculty that are from the Middle East, and you look at their name and you're like, what is your name? And they tell you, and I'm like, that's not what's written on here. Well, yeah, that's this. And I'm like, yeah, those letters don't make that sound. So, and then they laugh at me because they know I'm picking at them, they don't take it
Right,
seriously.
right, right.
But I still butcher their name every time I say it. So I got in the habit. I just call everybody darling, sweetie, and honey. And it's like,
That's the
deal
way.
with that because either I can't pronounce your name or I can't remember your name. So you're darling, sweetie, and honey. And that's what you get from me.
And it still works. It
And it
still
still
works.
works. I'm probably an HR nightmare because you're not supposed to talk like that at work. But I figured, well, I'm sorry, but I'd rather call somebody sweetie than totally butcher their name and upset
Right,
them.
right,
I had
right.
someone who has a weird spelling for my first name. Well, it's more popular now, but not when I was a kid. And then my last name, which is my married name, I get every pronunciation in the world for both names. And anytime somebody says both right the first time, it's like, oh, you said it correctly. I wasn't expecting that. So, but you get used to it after a while. It's like, yeah, just hey, you works. It's just,
There you go.
you in the
That's
pink
right.
shirt, come over here. That works too.
That's
Um,
right.
so I mean, and that's how I kind of got hooked in with Andrew and got to be friends with him and got to know his backstory on all of this. And I've been tooting his horn on his products in his company ever since, and will not stop. So if y'all
And I
don't like it,
appreciate that.
don't come
Yeah.
on the first 10 minutes of a show.
Yeah.
And
Look, I appreciate that very much, Sherry. I mean, it's nerve-wracking starting from scratch, and there's a lot there's a lot of product out there, a lot of it.
yeah,
But I also knew enough that I know that the big players, and I got to be careful in terms of what I say, allegedly is what I have to say, um, uh, reduce the active ingredients in products often in order to maximize the amount of profit in any
yeah,
one particular product. Now, if you're a small company like me, a few cents here and there is not going to make a difference. But when you're turning over millions of a
or
particular
a
product,
billion.
or yeah, I mean, literally hundreds of millions of a particular unit, then 5 cents makes a huge difference at the end of the day. It makes the difference between, the CEO's big salary and bonus or not. I mean, it can equate to that. And
Yeah,
so, times that by every product that they offer, 5 cents here, 5 cents there, over hundreds of millions of products, that all adds up. And I know that I've heard the stories. I know the stories. I know the people that know what's going on, and that's not right. Absolutely not right. Now, again, this is all allegedly. I don't want anyone coming after me saying, Andrew, you're not saying the right thing. This is what I know. But, when I sat in front of the pharmacists that worked with helping to formulate my product, I was very, very clear in terms of intention. And that was, I want you to minimize as much of the fillers and binding agents as possible and maximize as much of the active ingredients as possible and just stack them out. And, I've told the story before, but I'm happy to tell it again. And when I said that in this first meeting with the pharmacists, they all looked at each other. They all thought I had three heads. And one of them turned around
what
and
is
said to
going
me,
on?
Andrew, you do understand that the requests we get is exactly the opposite of what you're asking. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's exactly why I'm here.
Yeah.
So, it's, people work hard for their money. And when you don't get what you pay for, I think that's a crime.
Yeah, and you're not likely to ever go back and use that company again, even if it's for a different product. If you get ripped off on one product, you're like, yeah, I'm not going there again. I mean, it's the same whether if it's a restaurant or a clothing company or your local grocery store. It's if you go in and have a bad experience or you get bad food or you get whatever the case may be, you're not going back. And if somebody asks about something, you're not going to talk nicely about it either. So,
Right.
he one of the things that really impressed me once I got to know you and to talk to you and got to understand the backstory and everything, and I realized, this guy's for real, and he's putting his heart and soul into something he believes in, and I'm living proof that it works. And so it made a huge difference for me to want to just talk about it to everybody at work, online, wherever. It's because I was like, if something works and it works that well and it's not any more expensive than any of the other high-end products you can buy at a department store or something. Actually, some of it's cheaper than what you would get in department stores and stuff.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference to me. and I know it does to other people that use it. I mean, we've got several people here that have talked about they've been using your skincare and love it. And let's see, there's this one. So yeah, I mean, that's the same person, but Sabrina, I think y'all been doing a lot of emails back and forth with Sabrina. She's out
Yes.
in Arizona, and she's my teriyaki hookup. So
Tell Sabrina I have to email her tomorrow. I owe her an email.
She's in the chat. So Sabrina, he's going to email you tomorrow. Yeah, I laugh. I said, my teriyaki hookup. I think it's there. I don't normally like teriyaki sauce, but there's this little Japanese stores in Phoenix, and they have their own teriyaki sauce, and they don't sell it online or anything. You have to walk into the store to buy a bottle of their sauce.
Wow.
And it's the best stuff I've ever had in my life. It's addictive.
I love it.
And when I first met Sabrina, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I live in Scottsdale." I'm like, "Oh my God, you could go to Samurai Sam's and give me sauce." And so she did, and she's getting around. Just sent her money yesterday to go make another run for me because she sent a few bottles. I was like, "Yeah, pick up like 3 bottles. That should do." My son and I wiped that out in like 2 weeks. It was all gone. I was like, I forgot how much I like this stuff.
I love that. I love that. That's great.
And when I lived in Phoenix, the company I worked for, there was one of their little restaurants was like a mile down the road from where we worked. And so we were always making a run down there for lunchtime, you know, and that's how I got introduced to it. Is somebody, you know, bought an extra bowl, teriyaki bowl, and brought it back and said, "Here, I thought you might like this." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is great." But it doesn't taste like any other teriyaki sauce I've ever had. I'm like, if they would put this online, I said, they could probably not even have to have a restaurant anymore and just make their sauce. That's how good it is. But
we need to go talk to the guy and figure out how we get this kind of franchised or something. We're gonna
yeah, I mean, because they only have stores there in the Phoenix area. I don't know if there's any other areas in Arizona that they're at, but they've got like 3 or 4 stores in the valley, in the Phoenix area valley. So and that's the only place you can get it. I mean,
okay.
So it's like, okay, we got a Samurai Sam's is the name of them. So
okay, next time I'm down there, I'm going to check it out.
Sam's Teriyaki Grill. That's their name. And it's like, geez, man, if y'all would put this online, I would like become an affiliate. I would be pushing this stuff.
Absolutely.
It's really good. But there again, it's all by an experience that you had. And you're like, oh, this is fantastic stuff. And so you start spreading the word. And then next thing you know, whatever it is you're talking about, you know, you go in and they're like, the line is now out the door and around the side of the building. And you're going, last week there was like 5 people here. And now I got to wait an hour just to get to my lunch. And but that makes a huge deal to me. Is I'm far more apt to try something or buy something by word of mouth with somebody I know that has used it or tried it and had a good experience, and then come back and say, you've got to go here, you've got to try this, it is fantastic. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm your girl, I'll go try
it. Yeah, you know, I can tell you that most of this past year has been that word of mouth you know, endorsement from customer to customer, extraordinarily so. So much that 2 weeks ago I decided that, you know, people need to be rewarded for this word of mouth. So, you know, if you don't know Andro+Niki, or you haven't experienced us yet, we have a point system. With every purchase, you get points and you can use those points later on as dollars off your next purchase, for example. So it's called the Andro+Niki Plus Points program. But we now have Plus Friends program, and there's a tab on the top of the website if you go on there. And the Plus Friends now is if you want to refer a friend to Andro+Niki and they spend $100 or more, which is really not that difficult, you get $20 in your account that you can use towards a future purchase, and they also get $20 off their purchase as well. And so it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
And that's also just my way of saying, you know, all this word of mouth has happened over this past year. You know what? I think people deserve to be rewarded for that. And this is my way of saying thank you. And, you know, it's really just my way of saying thank you. I mean, more than anything.
And it's greatly appreciated. I know for those of us who've already kind of signed up for it, it's nice to be rewarded for something when you don't even work for the company, but you go out of your way to talk about it. And so,
like you do.
And like I do, yeah, you know, yeah, y'all got to go here. Um, uh, uh, let's see, we got a few here. Iris, saving up for the face mask. I love that damn thing. Let me tell you right now, it's great. Um, and I'm gonna pull it out here in a minute so y'all can look at it. Um, uh, Iris also wanted to know, do I use all serums at the same time, then the cream?
So you can use all the serums together, but the actual foundation of it all is that if you take a little bit of moisturizer and place it in the palm of your hands, and then a few drops of any serum of choice, when you mix the drops in with the moisturizer, you start to change the functionality of the moisturizer, that amount that you're about to put on your face. And so in the morning, you could use the anti-aging, for example, or you can actually mix them. Indeed, you can. So the anti-aging and maybe daytime protection, if that's what you like, particularly if you're going outside, or anti-aging and damage prevention if you work inside a lot, for example, in front of computer screens. I know people that love
This is
the
the base
night.
moisturizer,
Yeah,
right here.
it's
And
the base
literally,
moisturizer.
you pop up the top, you push down, and boom, you get one dollop of the moisturizer that you would use. You put it in your hand, and you use the serum, and you put a drop or two from there, and it's all pre-measured. You just hit the pump, boom, and it's there and it's out, and
That's
it
right.
it makes a huge difference. I mean,
Right.
and then I just
And
rub
the,
it together and spread it
yeah,
on.
and the foundation behind all of this, by the way, is, and this was a big aha moment from, you know, a higher source for sure, and that was that your skin changes every single day,
Yeah,
but your regular skincare does not. And so now this is a way in which you can change the amount of serum you put in with the moisturizer. You can put less moisturizer, less serum, more serum, or only serum if you choose, to respond to what your skin is going through on that
right.
particular day. When you wake up in the morning, you know exactly why your skin is the way it is. Because when you think about how much water you drank the day before, how much salt you might have taken in, perhaps you had some alcohol the night before, or spent some
Ate too
time
much
in the
chocolate
sun.
for Easter.
Yes, all of that. You
All of
know
that.
why, yeah, you know why your skin is the way it is in the morning versus yesterday's morning. And it will be different in tomorrow's morning. And
Right. I
so,
mean, I rarely use the skin breakout formula, but every now and again I'll get a breakout. And instead of using the regular daytime or nighttime, I'll use that with a little of the anti-aging.
Yeah.
And within a couple of days, boom, it's cleared up and it goes away, Um, or
Yeah.
I've just used the serum alone whenever I've had small brain, because I tend to sit at work and I rub on my chin and I forget that I'm touching all the packages and everything because I deal with purchasing in my department and I forget about it. And I'm sitting, and I'm rubbing on my chin, and before you know it, I'll get little
Yeah.
breakouts all around on my chin. And so it used to
That's
drive
right.
me crazy trying to figure out how to, number one, trying to break the habit of doing it, but finding something that actually made a difference. And then when I got the serums from you, um, when I got the initial pack that came with all of the serums, and and I remember looking through them and saying, "Well, I don't think I'd ever use this one, or I don't think I'd ever use that one." But it's funny how things will happen, and suddenly you're like, "Oh wait, I got a serum for that. I can go mix that in with it, and make it better." So I also use regular body lotion with the dry skin serum that I use on my legs and my
Yeah.
arms. It's
Yeah.
it's like body lotion should be next on the list, by the way. That we
Well,
can mix.
we are working on it. So I have to tell
Good.
you, we're working on the body lotion. So the
Yay.
trend word in the skincare industry now is facification or facifying the body. What that means is having a body lotion or moisturizer that is the same potency as what you would put on your face. Because if it's good enough to put on your face, then there should be no reason why you also can't put it on your body.
The body, yeah.
And most body moisturizers are really pared down. I mean, they're down to basically just, the
Just the
moisturizing oils
filler.
and yeah. And so we're working on some test units, and we will have a focus. We will ask for a focus group. I don't want to talk too much about focus groups today because we got inundated 2 weeks ago. But um, um, we're working on a body lotion that will have the same kind of intensity that matches the face cream, the base moisturizer, and to have the same kind of therapeutic and reparative elements in it as we have in the face moisturizer. So
Well,
that is
that's
under
good to know.
development,
That's
along
good
with
to
an eye
know.
gel. So these are all
Yeah,
things
because
that
I know
are
just
coming
the
down the pipe.
moisturizer alone without anything added to it it works great. And it's not, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like y'all just saw me put it on my hands. I rubbed it in. It's not greasy, doesn't leave a greasy film. I don't have to worry about if I have to touch my phone screen. It's not going to leave a smear going across. So that makes a big difference.
Yep.
And so, yeah, body lotion has been the next thing I've been waiting on. It's like,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, and Mel has been waiting for it too, and Linda keeps asking me,
I
kind of
didn't even know you
where
could
is it?
use it on your arms and your hands and stuff. My brain didn't go there. I was so excited about the dark spots going away. And then Mel started talking one day about, oh, yeah, I put it in there and I do the serums and I rub it all in and up and down my arms. I went, wait, you can use it on your arms? And he's like,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
use it anywhere on your body you want to. And I went, oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize that.
yeah, exactly,
And,
exactly.
and that's how people find out. It's like if he hadn't
Right.
said something that one day, God knows how long I would have gone before it dawned on me, oh, I can use this on the rest of me as well. So that's good to know. Um, and when you deal with paper all day and you're dealing with packages going out, coming in, you're constantly washing your hands. Your skin on your hands, especially mine, gets really dried out and cracked. And in the wintertime, it'll crack and split and peel. And having two cats in the house doesn't help because I've got like cuts and scrapes all over me all the time because the kitten's just lethal. Um, he's he loves to
But
roughhouse.
adorable.
Yes, well, he's almost as big as his mama is, and but he's still a kitten in his brain, and his little claws, boy, they go to grab on and play, and the next thing you know, you got blood pouring down your arm. I'm like, oh, God, you got me again. So he did it across the back of my hand. You can't really see it much anymore. It's been over a month. But I had one of those big, thick bandages I had to wear on the back of my hand for about a week and a half, because every time I tried to not wear it, it would, if I bumped it, it would start bleeding again. So he like got me really good one day. And they're just playing. They don't know any better. You know, it's not like he does it.
Yeah, they're just playing. That's right.
But I mean, I know you can mix the serums together. You can use only certain ones. Like I said, I use the anti-aging both with the daytime and with the nighttime serums, and it doesn't take much. It's like one squirt, and you've got exactly what you need to put on your face. It doesn't take more than that. That's one of the things I like about it is it's pre-measured, and you're not having to try to tip it and get it in your hand and not pour too much, and you know, or that kind of thing. It makes it nice that it's simple pump action and it's done deal. And if
A
you need
little
an
goes a
extra
long
pump,
way.
you can do an extra pump, but you don't waste as much as you normally do. Because
Right.
I know when I first started, I was like, well, how much do I need to use? And fortunately, y'all have wonderful videos on the website that talks about how to use everything and what to do. And so, you know, I went watch those. It was like, oh, well, it's a lot easier than I thought. It's not
Well,
complicated at all.
yeah, a lot of people have asked me, you know, why are the serums separate? Why, you know, why can't they all be integrated? And there are two reasons. One is when you're trying to integrate something that's water-based with something that's oil-based, you need another binding agent because, you know, oil and water doesn't mix, as you know. And so you need another binding agent to lock those molecules together. And that binding agent doesn't do anything except for hold those molecules together and doesn't do anything. There's no added advantage when it
Right.
goes onto the skin for the skin. And so for me, it was even more important to have, you know, something that's got high potency active ingredients with active ingredients completely separate, and then allow them to come together yourself when you're ready for it in the intensity that you desire also.
Right. Right.
And so now you get a chance to sort of control the, you know, what you need and how you need it. And then the other thing too was, you know, why do I need something for the day and something completely different again at night? When a good foundational moisturizer that is packed with everything that you need can satisfy both those time zones. And then you just change the functionality of how intense it gets by the serum. I know
Right.
people that are using the nighttime repair serum only, morning, night, the whole lot. And they love it.
Yeah.
You know, they absolutely love it. And like you're doing the anti-aging right through. So
Yeah.
the flexibility is, I think for
That's one
me,
of the things I love
the
about
most
it is
important thing.
because I can mix or match what I need on
Right.
that day, you know, and it makes a huge
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah, you can use just the moisturizer base by itself, and you know, you're going to get a good moisturizer on your face, and that works. But when you start adding the serums, and you know your face, you know your body, you know what your skin needs. Does it need more moisturizer or does it need less moisturizer? I mean, when I
Right.
was a teenager, my face was like an oil slick. I mean, I couldn't, it was just constant an overproduction of oil glands on my face. And so I stayed broke out all the time. And it made it really difficult. And you feel really ugly when it's like that. That kind of began the beginning of trying to discover products that actually work. Um, Despite the witch hazel that my grandmother kept in the bathroom was like, just
Good
use
old
that.
witch
That's
hazel.
all you need
Yeah.
is. I know
Yeah.
my great grandmother had like peaches and cream complexion even up into her 90s. She had
God love her.
beautiful skin. And when someone would ask her, especially someone new to the family, new married couple or whatever, new cousin would show up, and they would ask her, well, Mama, what do you use on your skin? And she was like, Jergens. And they're like, Jergens? She's like, yeah, I use Ivory soap to wash my face, and I use Jergens lotion.
Yeah.
And I put it on my face and everywhere. And that's what she used because that's what worked for her, But there's a lot of people that wouldn't work for just because of
Right.
what's in those ingredients. And so
genetics plays a big part.
It does. It does.
It really does.
And let's see. We got Maria said she also signed up for your test study group for the dark spot stuff. That he literally got inundated, y'all.
Yeah.
Wanted 250 volunteers, and he got like thousands and thousands and thousands.
Yes. I completely underestimated it. I thought, who would want, to test something that is not 100% final yet? I mean, who would want that? So, I went on Linda's and Mel's show on Monday, and I said, we're looking for a couple of, 200, 250 people. If anyone's interested, let us know. And I thought, I'll probably get to about 150 and that'll be it. Well, that afternoon, after about 1,000 emails came in, I realized I had really underestimated that. And we're getting to respond to every single person. So don't worry if you haven't heard back from us. And we're going to honor that in some way, shape, or form. If not with the dark spot remover 2.0 version that we're working on right now, then it will be for the next product that we work on and the next product. And we're going to keep those names in groups so that somewhere, somehow in this journey, as we continue to unfold this year, we will have plenty of people who will test before we go live. And that was the other thing as to why I wanted to test as well, is it's one thing when a pharmacist says, this is going to work this way because of the ingredients I know, and etc. But it's something else when a person says, I love this because. And that to me goes far further than being able to understand why and how a product works. And if we can do that with a couple of hundred people before we go live with the product to test and make sure the efficacy is what we're expecting, then I think that makes not only a better product, but it makes us better in terms of understanding where our destiny can go. And so, the product that people would test would be for free. And all that we would require them to do is to fill in a survey every week for a month, and that's it. And anyway, but please don't write in yet. We'll continue to work on the.
They have too many volunteers.
Requests that already came in, and we're still not at the bottom of the email list yet, so we're going to get there this weekend.
I like what Sabrina says, unless you're self-employed or have started your own business, you have no idea how much work it is. Time, money, expertise, everything. Yeah, I mean, just doing this channel, if I had known what it took to do this channel back before I started it, my first response would have been, are you crazy? I don't have time for that. I don't have that kind of extra money. And the first couple of years, it was definitely an act of love because you're not making any money off of it. You're only putting money into it and trying to grow a little bit so that you can hit certain levels where suddenly you get another opportunity that opens up. Because back then, YouTube, it was a lot harder to get a communication page and to be able to monetize, and you had much higher standards because there were so few people. And it wasn't until lockdown hit that YouTube really took off. I mean, I can remember watching stuff on it long before that ever happened and didn't think anything about it. Never dawned on me that you too can be a YouTube content creator. That thought never entered my mind. But it wasn't until lockdown when I was stuck at home watching videos that I fell into this community and literally had people telling me, uh, you're supposed to be doing this. I was like, no, I'm not. And like, yeah, you are. So, and it's been a journey for the last 5 years. It's amazing at what has happened and how abilities have changed and grown and whatnot. And it still kind of floors me sometimes. It's like I never in a million years thought I would go there or be at
Right.
this point, or meeting and making friends with CEOs or people on the other side of the planet. Um, that still blows my mind at times. It's like I get like a brain freeze on it. It's like I can't believe this is part of my life now. And a couple more years, I can retire, and then I can do this full time.
And
Y'all never
you know,
yeah, then, but
yeah, and Sherry, as well as I do, all of this and everything that we do, what you do, what I do, what Mel does, what everyone does, that's connected to this community is all about the people. This
yeah,
isn't for me a job. This is a pleasure and a joy. And
it's a passion. Yeah,
when I get a chance to talk to someone, one of your audience members that happens to be a customer of mine, for example, it is pure joy to have that conversation. And it's joy for two reasons. One, it's this community, which is extraordinary and so different from any other
it still
community,
blows my mind. Yeah,
right? Mind blowing. Um, and and so that sort of sense of purpose that we all share in this community is very much there. But also, um, just being able to listen to people and to acknowledge that people have something to share, issues that they want to deal with, things that they want to overcome. And how are we there to support each other in doing so, regardless of whether it's a life moment, like you might be guiding someone through, or a skincare issue that I might be guiding them through? It doesn't
right.
matter. We're all here
It's
for each
still
other.
helping
And
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that energy in this community is what I said at the beginning, extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary.
Well, I got a couple more questions for you here. Rose Blue wants to know what starter kit is good for a person who has never done this. Now, Rose lives in Southeast Texas,
Okay.
so she's in a very hot and humid area of Texas. And go.
Sure. So, yeah, our what we call our actual starter kit, which is the moisturizer, and then three booster serums, which is the anti-aging, the daytime protection, and the nighttime repair, is by far our best-selling kit. Actually, as one product, it is by far our best-selling products. Um, as a matter of fact, when we first launched, we called it the starter kit, and people now use it as their regular average every day. They buy it again and again and again, as their everyday regimen and routine. So the starter kit, which you'll see on our website, is number one seller for a reason, and that is that it just has everything that you could possibly need. I would
Yeah.
start with that. And yeah, if you need any help, just write us at info@andro-niki.com. We'll help you out. We'll walk you through step by step, and we'll give you all the information you need. Even without having to make a purchase, we'll give you all the information so that you can make a more
Yeah, it's
educated
great, y'all. Y'all can
choice.
go into their chat thing and you can ask anything and you get a response. So
Yep.
I know that from personal use. Um, and let's see. Um, can I get a hold of your products in Norway?
Yes, we do ship internationally. We have
Yay.
customers. We have customers all over the world. I am going to double check Norway, though. I have to double check and make sure. Europe, I know, is there. We ship to Australia, New Zealand. France, Italy, Portugal, Spain, Germany. We have some great customers also. I'm going to double check Norway, and if Norway's not there tonight, I'm going to make sure that it is. Write us at info@andro-niki.com. Let us know that you're in Norway, and I will double check and come back to you.
The link is in the description box below, so you can click right on it, and it takes you to a home page, and then you can go up to the tabs and kind of click on what it is you're looking for. Maria was saying the vitamin C toner with the face wash is great. Yeah, I've got the microabrasion gel face wash and then the vitamin C toner, and it's like your skin feels clean without feeling like you just used a sandblaster on it. It's or a liquid bleach all over yourself. I mean, that's the difference it makes in how it feels. So that for me is a biggie.
We want to do a rose water skin toner, by the way. So this year, the rose water skin toner, if we can get it done in time. So I'm not making 100% commitment just yet. So there's still a few more testing procedures. But when we release it, a portion of the proceeds of the sale of the rose skin toner will go to support breast cancer awareness.
Awesome.
So yeah, we want to get that out for August or September this year if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Iris Caballero says, I bought a kit, but I don't know how to use it. It is so easy. It's like one pump, you get the moisturizer, you pick whatever serum you want to go, you take the lid off, one pump, and you got the right amount. That's what's wonderful about it, is everything's pre-measured. If you need more, you can do another pump. That's not a problem. It's not like it locks it up after one pump. I mean, you can go with as much as you want, but it's really nice to have something that's kind of like already pre-measured, and all set up for you to use, so that it's already done all the thinking for you. You just pick which serum you want to add to it.
Right. Drop us an email at info@andro-niki.com. I'll send you a little step-by-step guide in terms of how to use the serums and the moisturizer together. Send you a little video as well, and you'll be able to get a little deeper understanding as to why these things work together so well, and what each of the serums are expected to deliver for you as well. So I can give you all that information. Just in the subject line, just say, I was on Sherry's show, not me, you, them, and I'll get you that information for you.
There you go. There you go. And thank you for the donation as well, Iris. That's very, very generous of you. Rose was asking basically the same question. What starter kit is good for a beginner? I mean, you could go with that basic one. You get those 3 serums and the moisturizer, and you can always expand, because that's another good thing, is the serums sell individually. So if you prefer one serum over another, you don't have to go buy a whole new kit. You can just get a serum.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Allergies are starting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the starter kit is about a 22% savings than if you had purchased all the items separately. So it also has good value. But as Sherry said, a lot of people get the starter kit, and then they get to figure out what really works and responds to their skin best, to reorder just that one booster serum ongoing or whatever it might be. So a lot of people do that too, and that's also part of why we have it.
I know we were talking about the body lotion is coming up. What about a body wash? Has that been considered, or is that like a ways down the road?
We don't have it on the docket yet, but that's a great idea, actually.
There you go. See, you're helping a CEO do their job. That's how they do it. You know, it's you
Yeah,
have
that's
those
great.
brain drain meetings where people just start throwing ideas out, and it makes a huge difference. I want to make sure there's no kind of off the wall questions that somebody may have. Okay, we did Iris. I'm not
Now,
seeing.
can we talk about the fact, Sherry, that you're also trialing something?
Sure. Yeah, yeah, that's the next thing. So I was getting ready to reach around for it. And let me see.
So I should say that while Sherry's getting that, Sherry is the single only participant in a test group of the neck and decolletage LED light therapy unit. So in case you don't know, we launched at the end of last year a light therapy mask for the face. And Sherry, I know you've got it there, but I have one here also as well. So it's
Yeah,
that.
this is the face. This is the face. And it's Velcro strap. You just put it on and it snaps right in place. You know what I love about this more than anything else is it's timered. It
Yeah.
runs for the 10 minutes and then it turns off.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about having it on too long. But
yeah, a lot of people do their meditation while having it on, by the way. I get a lot of emails saying, love it because, 10 minutes of meditation is perfect for me. But there are two things about this that make it better than most that are on the market right now without wanting to sell it necessarily. But there are many red light LED masks out there that are a rigid, solid plastic, and they do not mold around the skin. So there are points where, because it's a hard plastic with the others, it sits away from the skin, whereas this one molds right up against your skin properly.
yeah.
And so that's really important in terms of the ability for it to work at its best potential. There you go, Sherry.
There you go. I mean, now I look like Jason. So, from
There you
Friday
go.
the 13th. So, but it fits.
That's
I mean,
right.
I don't even have the bottom one strapped, but you can strap it on and it fits and it doesn't. As somebody who's claustrophobic and have always had trouble with putting things on my face because I'm claustrophobic, I don't get that feeling with this at all because of the way the cutouts with the eyes and the nose and
Right.
everything is. You don't feel like you can't breathe. And
Yeah.
and there are several different settings. The dog had a poopy accident on the floor. And it talks to you, y'all.
And it talks. It's completely remote control. And the other thing too is that this mask is one of the few masks on the market that has 3 different intensities. The red light, of course, is the shallowest point. Then we have near infrared, which goes a little bit deeper. And then the highest level of intensity that is approved by the FDA for home use is infrared. So red light, near infrared, and then infrared is the deepest level. It is the same price as the others charge just for the red light only.
Yeah, and it comes in a great box with the the magnetic lid on it and everything. So that's what was really good about it.
And then you're testing, and I need your feedback soon on the neck and decolletage. So, Sherry, at some stage, we'll get your findings on that test when you're ready.
Yeah. See, and then this, it goes around this way, right? Now it goes around this way, and then it hooks in the back.
Yeah.
And
it's a little
where'd the
bit
remote
different.
go?
It's a little bit different to the mask in terms of the light.
So you've got, this goes around. So you've got your throat. You got your chest. I know with a lot of women as we age, this area of your chest starts getting mottled looking, and you start getting the crinkly skin look. And so that's a big help. And then, you've got this, and then you've got I know I charged this yesterday.
No problem. No problem. There's a couple of different settings. There's a blue light and a red light, and they do different things. So it's a little bit different from the face mask in terms of the light, but you're right, it's to help smooth the skin and the neck and decolletage. But you're getting it from the lab, and I need your feedback before we can say, yeah, this does what it says it does. But don't worry, I'll give you a call later this week. We'll go through it.
Yeah, definitely call and remind me because I forget.
No problem. And
it goes right around this way, and I've done it once, and I wasn't quite sure.
I probably should not say this because I know I'm going to get a barrage of emails, but I have one other unit that I can use as a testing unit if someone's willing to commit to giving us feedback. So I can't respond to every email, but I can say, look, if you send an email saying I might be interested in the neck and decolletage unit, we'll draw them out of a hat, so to speak, and we'll try and get one out to somebody else as well. But I only have those 2 units at this moment.
Like I said, you get I'm going to start knocking things off my overcrowded desk here. There we go. I was trying to find the slot for the remote control, and I love the fact that it's all remote control. It comes in a box, so you don't have to worry about it sitting out. It comes in a really sturdy box that's magnetic. Both of them do, and so it makes it easy to handle and take care of. I love the fact that it's auto timed. I don't have to sit and try to watch a clock when I've got something over my face and you can't really see anything because I have to take my glasses off. And when I take my glasses off, everything's a blur. So, okay, now I can see people again. Yeah, so, and like I told Andrew, anytime you get something to try, give me a holler. I'll try it.
I love working with you that way because you're going to be honest. You're going to be very clear and precise in terms of the feedback, and I just love you for it. So for me, it's a pleasure to be working with you on
that. Iris, no, the neck one is still in testing.
Yeah.
Right? It's not out yet. So
not out yet.
To be honest, I don't think I've seen anybody else with a neck one. I've seen some of the masks that kind of drape down further, but not that far. So, but I haven't been on Instagram in a while. So
there's a few. There's a few out there. Some are with cords, some are remote. Some only have the red light. Ours will have 3 different colored lights to do different things, including, also for any skin blemishes, which is the blue light that's in the unit as well. Right. So it's slightly different from the face mask in terms of the light waves and what they do. The face mask is by far the deepest and most intensive. that is approved by the FDA for home use. It's the
Yeah.
deepest that you can get on the market. So, but the neck and decolletage will be a little bit different, but complementary. So, yeah, we'll talk some more, Sherry, next week, and
Oh yeah, I know.
we'll
We'll
see
talk
how
more
you find
anyway,
it.
regardless. But yeah.
Indeed, 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 indeed.
Indeed. So I think we pretty much answered everybody's questions. I've been trying to skim, make sure somebody didn't have a question thrown out there that we hadn't touched on yet. Um, Iris, I need the neck thing too. As a woman, I get that, yeah, you start looking, I mean, plus I had the added thing that when they fused 4 vertebrae in my neck, they go through the front. And so I have a scar that goes from like just under my ear all the way, almost all the way across my throat, because they go through the front to fuse your spine. They don't go through the back. And they took out a vertebrae and then they put in a steel rod. So I have a steel rod and screws. That's what holds my head up. That's why I can do this now, because I couldn't before.
Wow.
But it left this really lovely scar. Now, fortunately, the surgeon I had was I had it done when I lived in Phoenix. He was really good about doing it along the natural curve of the skin when he cut, so it's not as noticeable as some people I've seen. And a lot of people are like, I don't see anything. I'm like, well, for starters, from the moment I got home, my mother was putting cocoa butter on everything. She swore by it. And like the bar soap type cocoa butter that she would, you know, work in her hands. And then once they took the external bandages off, she was putting it on there. And so I was using that with Neosporin all day, every day to heal it up. And which isn't easy when you're in a hard plastic neck collar for 6 months. You're like this, you can't move, you can't do anything. But I got the use of my hands back and I can turn my head now. But and now I'm waiting. They keep talking my back and I keep holding them off. So it's like, I don't want to do back surgery unless I have no other choice. I watched my late husband go through 5 back surgeries in a 14-year time period, and it just kept getting worse. And it's like, I'm not doing that. It's like, when I can't walk, then we'll talk, but not until. So, it just, I keep waiting for them to just come out with a laser thing, and you can go in, they go zip, 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 and you're done. Bye, and you're out of there.
We're getting there. We're getting
there. We're getting there. I keep thinking if I wait long enough, they're gonna, it's like the minute I give in and do surgery, they're gonna come out with the laser thing like next year, and then I'll be pissed. So I keep waiting. I don't like getting cut on in my body. I've only had it done a couple of times. That was enough for me. But thank you, Andrew, very, very much for coming on. We've already been
it's my pleasure, and thank you so much.
Thank you to everybody who showed up and for your questions and stuff. Andrew, the link for the website is below, so you can go down and click on it, go to the website. You can look at all the individual serums. It'll break it down and tell you what they do or how they're best used. You can mix and match. You can stick to whatever floats your boat. They've got facial washes. They've got skin toners. Right now, it's the vitamin C toner that's out. It's really nice. And I can't wait for the rose one to come out. I like the smell of roses.
We're working on it.
And so, yeah, we got all kinds of new stuff coming. And I'm just really thankful that you're willing to come spend time with us and talk about it. And kind of let people know kind of what goes on behind the scenes. A lot of people have no clue.
Sherry, it's so much fun. It's so much fun being on the show with you. It is so much fun every time I'm on. I just have a blast. So the joy is mine. The joy and the privilege is mine, Sherry.
Well, thank you very much. I can say the same for you. So I just enjoy chit-chatting with you, and I talk too much anyway, so everybody knows it. You can't shut me up once I get started.
It's
And to think
good.
I'm really a shy person, if you met me in person, I would be at the back wall with one of the wallflowers, just people watching, because I get nervous when I'm actually in a room with people. I get really nervous until I get to know them. Um, so this is different because it's like a step removed. So you get this feeling of anonymity with it. It's like
That's right.
I'm
That's
over
right.
here, so I can be a little crazy, and nobody can come get in my face about it.
That's right.
I'm a Gemini. What can I say? I have weird thoughts.
Love you for it.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody, for
Sharon.
coming. And we'll be back tonight, 10 p.m. Central, for the slumber party. We've already got a group of us going to be there. So y'all know how that goes. Lots of fun. Naughty or nice cards, your choice. And we will see everybody later. All right. Bye for now.